The learning objective of the topic is represent a molecule with a Lewis diagram. So what is a Lewis diagram, how to draw the Lewis diagram, and what rules do we need to follow while drawing a Lewis diagram for a molecule? I'll be telling you all of this in this video along with some examples. Hello everyone, this is topic 2.5 Lewis diagrams. This is taken from AP Chemistry College Board. Let's start. So before moving to how to draw the Lewis diagrams for different molecules, let me first start with a rule which is very important. So the rule is called as an octet rule. According to this rule, atoms of various elements tend to gain, lose or share valence electrons during the formation of molecules such that there are 8 electrons or octet in their valence shells. So we already know that the molecules are formed by ionic bonding or covalent bonding. So in ionic bonding, the electrons are either gained or lose, and in covalent bonding, the electrons are basically shared. But while doing that, the main thing which need to be followed for the molecules is the atoms should have the 8 electrons or octet in their valence shell. So let's understand this more with this example. So this is the formation of chlorine molecule, which is Cl2. So this chlorine molecule is formed from 2 chlorine atoms. Each of the chlorine atom has 7 valence electrons. So while forming the chlorine molecule, what happens is both the atoms will share 1 electron each, and this will lead to the formation of a single bond between the 2 chlorine atoms. So you can see here that after formation of this covalent bond, there are 8 valence electrons around each atom. So the main thing is when they get 8 electrons in their outermost shell, they become stable. So that is why this chlorine molecule becomes stable. So this rule is followed by almost all the molecules, but there are some limitations to this rule. For example, if we talk about BeCl2 or BCl3, these molecules do not have octet around them. Here BeCl2 is formed from 1 barium atom and 2 chlorine atoms. So here you can see that both the chlorine atoms are having 8 electrons after the formation of the molecule, but beryllium has 4 electrons around it. So beryllium is not following the octet rule here. In BCl3 also the chlorine atoms are having octet around them, but the boron atom has only 6 electrons even after formation of the molecule. So some of the compounds do not follow this octet rule and they do not complete their octets even after formation of the molecule. Another limitation for this octet rule is there are some superoctet molecules also. For example, if we talk about PCl5, in this case the phosphorus gets 10 electrons around it after formation of PCl5. So it means that this forms a superoctet molecule because the electrons around phosphorus are more than 8. Similar is the case with SF6. In SF6, there are 12 electrons around sulfur, and in IF7, there are 14 electrons around iodine. So these all molecules are called as superoctet molecules. So Lewis was a scientist who introduced the simple notations to represent the valence electrons in an atom called as Lewis symbols or electron dot symbol. For example, for sodium, the electronic configuration is neon 3s1. There is 1 valence electron, and that is why the Lewis symbol of sodium would be sodium with 1 dot. Next is magnesium. The magnesium has electronic configuration of neon 3s2. It means that magnesium has 2 valence electrons. So magnesium would be written with 2 dots. Similarly, we can go for aluminium. Aluminium has 3 valence electrons, so it would be written as aluminium with 3 dots, then silicon with 4 dots, then phosphorus with 5 dots, and so on. And the argon, which is a noble gas, it has 8 valence electrons, so it would be written with 8 dots. So now let's see that what steps do we need to follow for drawing the Lewis diagrams, or you can say for writing the Lewis dot structures. The first step is calculate the total number of electrons, which is written as capital T, by assuming the octet of each combining atom but a duplet for hydrogen atom. The second step is calculate the total number of valence electrons of all the combining atoms. While calculating V, which is valence electrons for polyatomic anions, add the negative charge to capital V, and while calculating V for polyatomic cations, we need to subtract the positive charge from capital V. The third step would be calculate the number of shared electrons, that is capital S, by using the formula as capital S is equal to T minus V, where capital T is the total number of electrons and capital V is the valence electrons. The fourth step is calculate the number of unshared electrons, that is capital U, by using the following formula, and the formula is capital U is equal to capital V minus capital S. So we know what is capital V, that is valence electrons, and what is capital S, that is shared electrons. Fifth step is write skeleton structure by placing the least electronegative atom in the center and more electronegative atoms on the terminal positions. And the sixth step is basic requirement is that each bonded atom gets an octet of electrons. So let's see some examples now and try to follow these rules while drawing the Lewis dot structures. So let's start with CO first, which is a neutral molecule, and CO is basically carbon monoxide. First of all, we need to calculate T for CO. So T was the total number of electrons by considering octet for each atom. So for carbon, we will write 8 electrons, and for oxygen we will write 8 electrons. So the total would be 16. So the value of capital T for CO will be 16. Next is to calculate the capital V, which is valence electrons. So for carbon, the number of valence electrons is 4, and for oxygen the number of valence electrons is 6. So total will be 10. As it is a neutral molecule, so we will not add or subtract anything from this. Next is the calculation of capital S. Capital S is T minus V. So S would be 16 minus 10, and this would give the value of 6. So this 6 is the shared number of electrons. Next is to calculate the capital U, which is unshared electrons. U for CO will be capital V, which is 10 minus S, which is 6. So U will be 4. So here we have the values of capital T, capital V, capital S and capital U. Now let's try to draw the structure of carbon monoxide. What we will do is we will write the atoms first, a little bit far away from each other. Then we will see the shared number of electrons value. So here the S value is 6. So what we will do is we will put 6 electrons here. 6 dots here basically. Next we need to see the U, which is 4. But how do we actually distribute these 4 electrons? That we need to see. We need to keep one thing in mind, that both the atoms should have 8 electrons to complete its octet. So for carbon, we can see here that there are 6 electrons already. So what we will do is we will put 2 electrons more. So now carbon has an octet. And for oxygen also there are 6 electrons already there. So we will put 2 electrons here. So now for oxygen also the octet is complete. So here the basic structure of CO is complete, as both the atoms are having their complete octets. Next is we need to write the Lewis representation. So how to do that is we will write carbon and oxygen again, and we can see that there are 6 shared electrons. It means that there are 3 bonds in between because each bond has 2 electrons. So now there is a triple bond between carbon and oxygen, and we also need to write the leftover unshared electrons also in the Lewis representation. So this is the final Lewis representation for carbon monoxide. Now let's see another example, which is carbonate ion CO3 2 negative. So this is negatively charged ion. First of all, we need to write the capital T, which is total number of electrons for carbonate ion. So carbon will have 8 electrons and there are 3 oxygen atoms. So what we will do is 3 multiplied by 8. So total will be 32 electrons. So next is to write the capital V for carbonate ion. 4 electrons for carbon and 3 multiplied by 6 electrons for oxygen plus the negative charge, which is 2. So this total will give 24. Next is we need to find the capital S. So capital S would be 32 minus 24, which will be equal to 8. So there are 8 shared number of electrons. To calculate U, it would be 24 minus 8 and the value would be 16. So unshared number of electrons is 16. Now we need to draw the structure for carbonate ion. As there are more than 2 atoms here, so how do we draw the structure of carbonate ion is we will put the less electronegative atom at the center and more electronegative atoms at the corners. So out of carbon and oxygen, carbon is less electronegative, so we will put carbon at the center and 3 oxygens at the corners. Next is we can see here that there are 8 shared electrons. So it means that first we will put 2 electrons between each carbon and oxygen, and then 2 more electrons are remaining. So what we will do is we will put 2 more electrons on 1 oxygen. Now here in total we can see that there are 8 shared electrons. Now let's try to complete the octet for each atom. For carbon, the octet is already complete. For top oxygen, 4 electrons are already there, so we will put 4 more electrons. For the second oxygen, we need to put 6 more electrons, and the third oxygen also we need to put 6 more electrons. So this makes the octet complete for each of the atoms. And at the end, what we will do is we will put the 2 negative charge at the outside. So this is the structure of carbonate ion, and the Lewis dot structure would be carbon, double bond oxygen, single bond oxygen, single bond oxygen, and 2 negative. And apart from that, we need to remember the unshared electrons also. So the structure would be something like this. So this is the structure of carbonate ion. Now next example is ammonium ion, which is positively charged ion. So here we need to see that the hydrogen atom is present. So that is why we will consider duplet for hydrogen and not octet for hydrogen. So for ammonium ion, it would be 8 plus 4 multiplied by 2. This would give as 16 as the value of capital T. Then the capital V value would be for nitrogen, the valence electrons are 5 plus for hydrogen it is 1, so 4 into 1, and the charge is plus 1, so it would be minus 1 here. So in total we will get the value as 8. S would be 16 minus 8, so it would be 8, and U would be 8 minus 8, so it would be 0. So the structure for ammonium would be nitrogen in the middle, 4 hydrogens on the sides, and there are 8 shared electrons, so we will do it like this: 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. So the octet for nitrogen is complete, and the hydrogen has duplet already, and the unshared electrons is also 0. So this structure is complete with a positive charge. And when we need to draw the Lewis representation, we will do it as nitrogen, hydrogen, and then hydrogen, 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 and then a positive charge on the outside. So this makes the Lewis representation for this ammonium ion. So like this, we can draw the Lewis representations for various molecules. Try this question yourself. You need to draw the Lewis structure of sulfate ion, which is SO4 2 negative. So for SO4 2 negative, the value of capital T would be 40, because 8 plus 8 multiplied by 4 would be 40. Each of the atoms would have complete octets. Then capital V value would be 6 valence electrons for sulfur plus 4 into 6 valence electrons for oxygen also, plus 2 because 2 positive charge, so it will be 32. Capital S value would be T minus V, which is 40 minus 32 gives 8, and the value of capital U would be V minus S, that would be 32 minus 8, and the value would be 24. So how will we draw the Lewis structure for sulfate ion? We will keep the less electronegative atom at the center. So sulfur is less electronegative than oxygen. So sulfur, then oxygen, 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 and one more oxygen. We can see here that the shared electrons is 8. So we will do like this. So 8 shared electrons are already here. Next is we need to complete the octets for each of the atoms. So sulfur octet is already complete, and the octets for oxygen would be like this. So you can again check that how many unshared electrons are there in this structure. It would be 6 electrons each for oxygen. So 6 multiplied by 4 is 24. So 24 unshared electrons are there. So this matches with this number. And then there is 2 negative charge at the outside. So this is the structure for sulfate ion. So the Lewis dot structure would be like this: oxygen, 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 with each having bond with sulfur, and then 6 unshared electrons of each oxygen, and with a 2 negative charge. So this is the Lewis dot structure for sulfate ion. I hope this thing is very much clear to you. We just need to follow the rules while drawing the Lewis structure for the various molecules or ions. So the learning objective of the topic was represent a molecule with a Lewis diagram. So we have seen that how to draw the Lewis diagrams for various molecules including ions, and what rules do we need to follow to make it easier. Please like and subscribe to the channel Log Iota and press the bell icon